understand that I've spent my whole life working, not knowing if I'm going to get paid, not knowing if the good times are going to come, not knowing if I'm going to get that fight. I was still training in the gym. I never had guarantees. I never had promises. All I had was endless hard work. And by doing that, I ended up very lucky. I ended up getting a world title fight on one day's notice, and I was already in fight shape. I ended up finding all that money and getting a lucky day because I don't miss a day, which means that if there's a lucky day, I'm going to be there working, turning up, trying hard. It is extremely important that you understand this ethos. Do you understand? You don't need rest. What you need is fucking work. You need it more than ever. You need it right now. Because your insignificance bothers me more than it even bothers you.
School hits you at the prime of your energy to distract you. They sell you a dream. They dangle a carrot at the prime of your energy so that you don't rebel against the system. Because if teenagers weren't controlled inside of some kind of mental prison, they'd be the first people to wake up and say, this is complete bullshit. So they sit and say, oh yeah, it's all bullshit, but don't worry, it's all bullshit for you because you're just going to spend 6 years and loads of money and loads of time, and you're going to do this, and when you get out, you're going to be in debt. But by the time you pay that off, they deliberately take your prime years and distract you from the truth. That's why school exists. If everyone understood how the world worked, by the time they got to 18, they'd be like, nah, change this shit.
Yeah, it takes hard work. It also takes a degree of luck. Where does the luck come from? It comes from God. Who does God favor? What makes God like you? God likes you when you try. There's nothing that's gonna piss God off more than wasting what he fucking gives you. If you give someone a Ferrari and they look after it perfectly, you're happy. If you give someone a Ferrari and see it the next day, it's got cigarette butts, it's treated like shit. Would you be happy you gave him a Ferrari? God gave you a consciousness, he gave you a body, he gave you a mind, and you're not even fucking using it. You're crying over that bitch who left you. You're not using it to be the best version of yourself. You're not using it to get as rich and powerful as possible. You're not using it to change the world. You're not using it to protect those you love. You're not using it for anything. And you have to decide, are you the kind of person who wants to make a lot of money in this life and live a life of freedom? Or are you the kind of person who wants to look back when he's 30 on his 20s or 40 on his 30s and look at that decade and go, what did I do with that decade? Well, I didn't get rich. I didn't travel the world and live like they do in Tate Confidential. What did I do? Well, I had a day off here, a day off there, a bunch of nothing days that amalgamate into this decade of nothingness, and you're just wasting your time. If you want to win, you need to be consistent. You don't need to be the smartest, not at all, but you have to be the guy who's there day after day. And I guarantee you, I will guarantee you right now, IQ has nothing to do with how successful you're going to be as a real person. What is going to determine how successful you're going to be is, are you there every single day?
I bought a Koenigsegg Jesco for 4.5 million in purple carbon. And I bought a Tiffany blue one. That one was 4.8 million. And now I've seen another one that I want, and that's 5.1 million. And I'm thinking, I've already spent 9 million on Jescos. Do I need to spend another 5.1 million? It's not that I can't get it, it's that I consider the purchase. Bought a Koenigsegg Jesco. What's the point of saying to a woman, I love you, but I can't protect you, I can't fix your problems, I can't educate you, I can't improve your life, I can't give you what you need for your future, but I love you? Then the love isn't worth anything. Then it's garbage. And if you're living a life which prevents you from being confident enough to give her those things, then you have to ask yourself, do you really love her at all? What's the point of saying to a woman,
7 days ago, I gave my...
The conservative audience, the people who allowed you to be locked in your houses and lose your business and are sending your tax money abroad to fund endless wars and have murdered millions of people around the globe, are saying, I'm the bad guy. The people who are on Epstein's Island, who own the media outlets, are saying, I'm the bad guy. And you're not mad at them, you're mad at me? Are you a moron? Like, are you stupid now at this point? This has been going on for 4 years with federal agencies from the USA, the UK, and Romania trying to pin me down, and they can't. Is that not evidence of innocence? What more could you possibly ask? You take any one of these governors, senators, media outlet people, any of them, put them under the same scrutiny I've been under, and they'll all be locked up. Every single one, for corruption, for racketeering, for influencing, all of them.